Hey YouTube, how you doing? This Pastor Nate. I hope this video finds you well when you decide to watch it. This is Monday morning. Yes, it is Monday morning. It is January the 27th, about 4 a.m. And I just wanted to kind of drop something on you today. You've been hearing a lot of talk out there on the YouTube streets about scamming. Yes, scamming. But one thing about it, scamming just doesn't go on the YouTube streets. It is everywhere. I'm sure we all have been scammed at one time or another. Hopefully, we weren't the one who scammed. Let's get into it. Proverbs 10 and 9 says, "A crooked man will be found out." Eventually, that scammer, eventually, that fraud, that con artist will be found out. Because why? What's done in the dark will come to the light. And we know that a scam is a dishonest scheme or a fraud, and a person who involves himself or herself, equal opportunity, in this illegal activity or in this dishonest activity is a scammer. We call them a scammer or we call them a con artist. Yes, they run in cons. And if you think about it, we're probably scammed all the time. All right, before I really get into it, let me just give you an example. Do y'all know when you pay your merchants, when you pay your bills, a lot of times they scam you? Why do you think we have all these class A lawsuits? Because that meant at during the time of your loan or the time you were paying them back, whether it's your auto loan or your house loan or a credit card, they were audited, and then during that audit they found out that something wasn't right. Maybe it was too much interest, or maybe they were overcharging you for this and adding additional fees in there that they shouldn't be charging you. And then come to find out that that was a scam, it was illegal. And then there's a class A lawsuit. So you get a letter in the mail saying, hey, we overcharged you for this, or we shouldn't have done this. You don't have to do anything. And then 2 or 3 months later, you get a check for what, 30 or $40. Not really a lot, because they have to divide those millions by a lot of people in the world. So yes, we are scammed all the time. When we go and get our cars, when we go get certain loans, we have to read the fine print. We have to ask questions. We have to vet. We have to do research, because a lot of people think, I'm not going to say that black people don't read. I'm not going to say that, because that's not true in every case, because we got some people in other races who don't read, but they think, the perception is we don't read, so they feel like they can just pitch us anything. But y'all, my friends, we are informed today. If you come to Pastor Nate's show or Pastor Nate's broadcast, we are informed and we will not be scammed. So we even got churches that'll scam you. Have you ever been in a church where they say they're taking up money for a building fund or another building or a certain project, and you never see that come to the manifestation, and it's year after year after year after year, and you keep giving to the building fund? We have to start asking questions. We're afraid to ask questions. Say, hey, Pastor, I mean, what's going on? It's been 10 years and have we started on the building? Don't be afraid to ask, and Brother Jay talked about the cultic behavior. He talked about the cults. If we are afraid to ask our leaders what's going on, we can do it respectfully. Maybe that's cult, maybe that's a cult, if they don't want you to ask. But I'd like to know where my money going. A lot of people say, I'm just going to give my money, I don't worry about it. Okay, I understand that. I had that mentality at one point, but in some cases maybe, but for the most part, I want to be a good steward. I want to make sure my money is being planted in good ground. Yes, I want to ensure that. I feel like God has entrusted me with the resources financially, and I want to ensure that it's going on good ground and make sure that I'm not being scammed. You have a lot of televangelists that are scammed. Now, some of them are true. I can't say all of them, but have you ever gotten a letter in the mail saying, there's a word from the Lord, but in order for this word to work, you need to sow a seed right now for 99.99 or whatever the case is. People, we got to wake up. That's why I go in my closet and get on my knees and lay before God and get a word for myself. I do not depend on man to give me a word, especially the one that charge you for it. And hey, look, I was guilty at one point. I gave at one point, but I woke up years ago. I gave. So I can't come on here like I had it all together, like I've never done anything, but I woke up. I'm like, why should I pay somebody to give me what God says when I can go and get it myself? When I can open the word of God and find out what he says about me for free. See how that works? So if you look at the different ways we're constantly being scammed if we're not woke. Now, if we're blinded and they get over on us, then I'd encourage you to wake up. Bottom line is, with all the scamming that we call it, we have to take responsibility, because bottom line is, no one takes our arm and twists it. And hopefully no one puts a gun to our head and say you need to give. We give on our own free will. So in essence, who's the blame for that? And I know we're loving people. We give. If there's a need, we give. And I encourage you to continue to do that. But maybe we should vet a little more. Maybe we should do research, because somebody can tell us I need this and I need that, and we will give because we're giving people. I love to give, but I don't like to be scammed. I do not like to be scammed. I don't like to be lied to. If you tell me you need money for food, then you need to go get food. When I'm at the gas station or if I'm driving alone, you see these signs and, people come up and say, I need money for this and that. And I say, well, let me go in the store and get you something. If you're hungry, I'll buy you something. And then you get some people who are truly hungry and you can go buy them something, but you get those people say, nah, that's all right. I don't want that. They were scamming you or trying to scam you. We got a lot of people out there like that. They try to scam you. We have to vet. We have to do research. So now, I was scammed years ago from overseas, thought it was an opportunity and got scammed out of thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard me right. Thousands of dollars. But I guess what? Pastor Nate has learned his lesson. Oh, yes. Pastor Nate. Ooh, God brought me out of that. I've been restored financially and I've learned my lesson. I don't easily give money out like that. I don't care who said what. Let me ask some questions. Even in my home, I put a note up, no soliciting. I am satisfied with current services, because every couple weeks, somebody come to your door knocking, trying to sell electricity. You want to lower your bill, trying to sell an alarm company or alarm services, trying to sell you just all kind of stuff, cable services. And I tell them I'm satisfied with the current service, because I don't know these people. And I've heard where these people have come to other people's door and have been scammed. You call them and the phone number doesn't work anymore, or you can't get in contact with them. So no, don't come to my door trying to sell anything. If there's not a legitimate business, if I can't call a business, I actually go into a business and purchase what I need to purchase. I do not want you coming to my door trying to sell anything, because it's so much scamming going on out there. And I have learned. So saying all of that, this brings me to the YouTube. We hear a lot of people saying that such and such, brother such and such is scamming, or this person is scamming. Well, if I tell you what I'm doing with the money and you decide to give after I tell you that, I don't think that's a scam. I'm telling you, if you give me $3,000, I'm going to give half of it to the college and I'm going to keep half of it. They're letting you know straight up from the get-go what they're going to do. And if you decide to give after that, that's you. Now, whether keeping the $1,500 is wrong or moral or not, that's not my issue. I'm not saying that. But the point is, the brother told you straight up, this is what I'm doing. So you can't call it a scam if you gave or if you're willing to give, because He told you. Now, I can appreciate that because some people are not going to tell you. Some people lie and say, hey, if you give $3,000, we're going to give $3,000 to a college. Then they wind up keeping $2,500 and only give $500 to the college. If they do that, some people just keep the money and make you think they gave. So you should be able to appreciate a person when they tell you up front what they're going to do. And if you don't agree with it, don't give. Look, we're all adults. We have our own mind. We give to whomever we want to give and to whatever cause. And you can't complain after you gave because that was your choice. And the people who don't give, they certainly shouldn't be complaining because they didn't give anything. So I just want to come on and tell you, a little bit about scamming from my perspective. Let me know what you think in the comments because, Brother Jay, I feel a little comfortable giving, even though he did say he's going to keep half of it. I don't too much have a problem with it, I guess, because I met him personally. And plus, when I was down in San Antonio, again, I said this in my other video, the brother treated me right. I did not have to buy a meal. I came in Friday late. So really, I didn't meet him till Saturday. Brought my meal. He bought my meal Saturday during the day, bought my meal Saturday night, and bought my meal Sunday. So I don't mind giving because I know that he gives back. Now, that's my experience with him. A lot of people say he's a scammer. Maybe you don't know him. I don't know. I don't know if you had personal dealings with him, but I don't see it as a scam, at this point, because first of all, he told you what he's going to do. And then secondly, I had personal interaction with him where he took care of me when I went down there. So I just wanted to bring that out. I am a giver, though. I love to give, but I want to make sure I give to a good cause. And I don't want to be scammed. I don't. If you ask me for money and you tell me what it's for, I want you to be honest with me and tell me what it's for. Even if you tell me, hey, I need $20, I'm hungry, or I need $20, but I'm going to take 10 of these dollars and get something to eat. And I'm going to take the other $10 and get me a pack of cigarettes. Just go ahead and tell me. Even though I don't support bad habits, and I might say, no, I'll just give you the $10 so you could get something to eat, or I go get you something to eat with the $10 or whatever the case is. But just be honest. And then some people might say, hey, brother, here's $20. Thank you for being honest, but just be honest from the get-go. Then if you're honest and both parties understand what's going on, then I don't think it's considered scamming. All right, my friend, I just want to come on and say that this is a Monday morning. Again, I hope this video finds you well, and I hope you have a wonderful week all week. Just remember tomorrow, Tuesday. Yes, tomorrow is Tuesday. That's where when Pastor Nate goes live. We will be talking about the pastor. We're in the fivefold series still. We talked about evangelists last Tuesday. It was a Power Pack Live. And this Tuesday, we will be talking about pastors. Yes. So you don't want to miss that. I want you to come on in and subscribe and meet me Tuesday. Yes. Don't meet me here. Beat me here. Yes. Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Pastor Nate will be live. Okay. All right, my friend. Until next time, you already know. Be at peace, not in pieces.